what's up, everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and welcome to our first look at the DLC pack for the Supercross World Tour tracks in MX vs. ATV Legends. This is an extremely well put together track pack that's part of the Track Pass DLC, the 2022 Track Pass DLC on MX vs. ATV Legends, which is $24.99. It's on sale now on PlayStation till November 19th for $19.99 though, and it includes the 2022 Pro Motocross Championship, the SX World Tour, and the upcoming Pro Compound, which is in development. So this is our first kind of like extension to the Track Pass that we've seen beyond the Pro Motocross Championship. There's also including Joker lanes in this track pack as well. So we're going to take you guys through each of the tracks, each of the environments, talk about it a little bit, talk about each track, and have a little bit of fun along the way. So we're going to start off by taking a look at the two Japanese tracks. And this Japan track is Komarebi Jinja. And I'll apologize in advance that all of these laps I'm not going to do very well on, because I was kind of trying to put these tracks or these laps together rather quickly to be able to show off these tracks. So I'm not putting absolute burners down, just really just showing off the track. But this is a look at the first Japanese track, and it was the only time I was able to show it off at night for some reason. I couldn't get it to show at night any other time that I went to this track. But really, really unique. Of course, you got the stadium section right here, which has like a pretty, I would say, like standard-ish Supercross track inside of it. But then you go outside of the stadium, and then you enter this little like Zen garden area, which has all these really cool glowing lamps everywhere. It's got this like gazebo thing that you jump over on this track. On the other track, you just kind of go around it, but we'll talk about it when we get there. So you jump over it on this track. Really, really cool there. Like I said, I make a couple mistakes, but really, really detailed outer edge of the map here with some bridges. The lights, like I said, it's like a garden almost, where there's like flowers and trees and all this other stuff everywhere around. And then bam, suddenly you're back in the stadium and right into like a very standard Supercross track. Honestly, it seems almost like a little Monster Cup-ish of a mix, because the outside stuff, at least on this track, is kind of motocrossy, and the inside stuff is obviously very Supercrossy. So we'll do 2 laps on each track and show off some of the different lines, as well as the Joker lanes that are included on each track as well, which are sometimes like equal-ish or maybe faster, and sometimes they are super, super long. I'm trying to remember how they were on this track. But yeah, just really kind of unique the way that they set up these environments. Now in Japan, baseball is a very big sport in Japan, so I think they went for that kind of look with like a baseball stadium, like a professional baseball stadium in Japan. And then obviously a little bit of like the cultural tie-in here, where it's like these, you know, Zen gardens, like I said, where it's really peaceful, calming, and really just kind of like beautiful, I guess is the right word for it, to show off, you know, some more of the cultural aspects of Japan. And then it's right in the middle of a downtown kind of city as well, which is pretty unique. And of course, I'm going to crash right there to make it look terrible. But I would say of the 3 environments, this is probably my favorite, just because of the outside environment that they put into the effort with, you know, kind of this whole outer area right here. Seems to be maybe the most well done or most well put together, at least in my opinion. But we'll talk about each track when we get there. This is, you know, we showed off the Joker lane on that track. On this track here, the first one, which is Komarebi Jinja. And now we're going to end a lap here and move on to the second Japan track, which this one is called Natsukashi. And I apologize in advance if I'm supremely mispronouncing these, but just trying my very best. And this one, again, very, you know, indoor Supercrossy vibe. First little sections through here, you got a little double, triple, double line. And then this section, I completely blew it first time. I think you can step on, step off, and then quad single into the corner. But then I do a completely different line second time through that I think it's way faster. Out of this corner, a little double, triple action. I'll do something different later. Then a scrub off this Supercross triple. Outside here, to me, is useless. Inside is nice, little triple, single into another Supercross triple, which you can scrub as well. A little left-hand 90-ish degree corner, and then a 353 triple across the start straight, and then bam, right back out to the outer section again. So this time you get to see it in kind of the daylight, so a little bit more vibrant. The city around it isn't lit up. It's just, you know, a daylight day. You go under the bridge on this map, which is a little bit unique. You don't go under the bridge on the first map here, but then a long back straightaway here, carrying that speed. You can see the Joker lane to the left. We'll go there in a second. but kind of flowing into this back corner, then another long straightaway. This is like my only caveat that I don't love with this map, is that you can jump through the lights and it doesn't seem to affect you whatsoever, which is a little bit weird to me. I feel like that should not be possible. But again, very fast, flowy, wide open, kind of motocrossy aspects right back into the Supercross stuff as you come back through and enter the stadium. Really tricky whoop section into a tight right-handed corner, 180-degree left, and then that is a full lap around the course, but I'll try to show off some different lines. So you could go inside here, and I believe you can actually jump all the way over this tabletop from the inside, but I didn't do it very well, so apologies for not showing that off. And then here's the other line that I was talking about. I feel like I hit this section way better second time through. You go over table, and then you can kind of like quad over that table and then double out, and it just flowed together a little bit better that time. This one tried to triple in double, but again jumped off the track, and then I believe I crash right here. Let me see. Yeah, crash right there, and then just ignore going to the outside, because really it's hard to pop off the outside and then do like the triple after that, and it doesn't seem any faster or better than the inside line, so I just say inside there all day. And then again going out here, so I think the first lap I went to the left side in this little split section right here and tripled over, so right side, and then you kind of like step on, step off, and then double under the bridge a little bit. It's unique. And then right here, honestly, I kind of forgot about the Joker lane, so I kind of sent it in here and really didn't remember how tight it was, so plowed into a pillar right there, knocked it over, but then continued on. And man, just aesthetically incredibly well done and intricate what they've done here with this Japan track. Yeah, like I could totally see this little like kind of Zen garden behind a baseball stadium. Like doesn't seem like way out of the realm of possibility either for like a park or a, you know, an area that they set up in Japan. I haven't been to Japan, but I tend to look at Google Maps and stuff way too much anyway, so I've seen areas that look kind of like this, honestly, in Japan before. So really well put together, like the Japanese courses. We'll move on there to the Australian courses next, and we'll start off with the South Wales Australia course right here, which of the two Australian courses, this one is my personal favorite. The second one, I'll explain why I don't like it that much. Through this first little corner right here, you could roll quad, or there's a different line that I'll show you next time by. Out of this corner, a little tabletop to start it, so you go over table, triple, and then kind of jump this whole like backwards dragons back into the corner. And then this one, I kept messing it up, but I believe you're supposed to go triple and then either double or triple right there and then triple out, but messed it up like I said. And trying to catch the flow a little bit. Left-hand 90 over a Supercross triple and then jump out into the sand, which is, you know, Australian beach, kind of cool. To the outside here, the Joker lane is significantly longer on this track. I'd be really curious to race it, actually, and that's probably going to be another video that we do talking about some of this DLC stuff. But yeah, really, really well done. I should also emphasize that this is not launching until November 8th. I apologize that I didn't say that in advance. I'll probably put it in all caps towards the beginning of the video so you guys can at least know that beforehand. We're obviously talking about it before the November 8th, but if you're seeing this now after November 8th or around that date, this is going to be coming to consoles and PC on that date, so you guys can expect it to drop if you already have the track pass then. The second lap through here on the South Wales Australia track, and I'm going to go try to jump onto this table, but don't quite get it, so we'll still just go over and then triple double. I think honestly the option of quadding is much faster. Here I'm going to just check up and do the little double down the back of the Dragon's back. I think you can actually quad in and then triple to the back of the Dragon's back, but I didn't ever get it properly well done. And then this one, you can definitely go double, triple. I got it clean one lap, but then messed it up this lap. But I was still just trying to show off the, you know, both lanes in one kind of foul swoop without having to cut the video up. So this is straight up, you know, one decent lap into another half decent lap, and now we're showing off how long the Joker lane here, which is this long left, right, kind of squiggling back and forth type of turn. Honestly, kind of hard to get good momentum flowing through here because it just seems like you're always turning, and definitely a lot of time lost compared to the actual main lane. So we'll do some videos talking about you know, how much the AI gains, or maybe do some online races on these tracks and see you know, how much time is gained or lost in these Joker lanes, and show off some little bit of deltas here. Now I was trying to double in right here but messed it up, so I checked up and then was able to just pop onto this table, which is what I was trying to do to show off the step on step off line, then double into this corner. worked out okay in the end. Not too shabby, but that is a couple laps there on the South Wales Australia course. Now let's move on to the second Australia course, which is my personally least favorite of the two, the Worm Burner course. And it's not necessarily a bad track. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that enjoy this track. But for me, like the Supercross side of it, it's good. I think they could have done a little bit better with the inside of the stadium stuff. Outside of the stadium stuff is really, really hard. And sorry I left this in. I'm going to case this and kind of blow this rhythm section. But you can triple and then triple up to the top of this hill right here. And then all this stuff outside the stadium is very, very difficult because it's basically just like these huge like sand rhythm sections with these deep ruts in them. And it is very challenging to get landed in the ruts and still get enough speed to like double or triple or get any sort of momentum. So I personally struggled with it quite a bit. I think it's one of those things that some people playing this game will learn to really love because it's such a unique challenge to like land in the ruts and get enough momentum to clear something else. So I'm not saying it's bad. It's just for me, maybe not my favorite of the courses because I didn't do very well playing it, but maybe I'll get better at it. Maybe I'll enjoy it. But then back into the stadium out of the sand stuff. And this one is, just kind of pretty standard. Like this one here, again, another little like, jump down after the little first roller, the quad, very similar to the first track that we saw. Then this one, you're going to triple here. I think I check up and double and then triple out right here, but I think you could go triple, double as well. Not too terribly difficult to do so. Left side here, a little bit of rollers into a double, and then another little double here before the finish line jump. So it's a decent track. I'm not complaining about it as a bad track. I'm just complaining about it more as my skill set not fitting to it, I guess. But I'll work on it. So second lap through here, I'll show off a couple of different lines. First, you hear the quad double right there, super easy into a Supercross triple, but then inside right here you can double in instead of triple, and then it turns into a triple right there. And then if you land that clean enough, you can kind of like jump down to this little area right here, but I kind of messed it up. And then you can actually kind of quite easily double through this turn twice, but I messed it up so many times that I just was having a rough time of it. Right there, I tried to triple over the top of the hill, didn't quite get it clean, and then from there it's just you're going so slow and the sand is just pulling you down, and it definitely does in the new update pull you down harder. So we'll check out the Joker lane right here, which is going to the right side. It definitely is slower than the main line, but I would say this one isn't as drastically slower. Like it has that little kind of like raised jump right there, which slows you down. And then you're on the outside of the course as well from the main line, so that's a little bit slower. And then it zigzags right here. Maybe time loss somewhere in the area of like 5 to 7 seconds, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't foresee it being like drastically though compared to the first map, which I feel like you'd lose like 15 to 20 seconds going through those S turns. So different line right here. I'll go over table, triple, but I think you could go step on, step off, triple double or double triple or quad single or something like that. Then I just completely ruined this rhythm section trying to go double, triple, don't quite get it. This one right here, you kind of triple down the backside of this and then double into the corner and then through the double and over the finish line jump one more time. So that is the two Australian tracks. Get a little look of them there. Now let's go to the final environment, which is Italy. And this first map that we're going to look at here is Corso Scogliera. And both Italian maps are kind of copies of each other. Just one is going the right or one direction and one is going the opposite direction. And honestly, this entire design in this layout in this map, it basically just feels like Arco di Trento, which is a MXGP round in Pietramarata, Italy. And yeah, like it basically just feels like that Arco vibe where it's like up against a cliffside in a valley. If you've ever seen the Trentino track in MXGP, like it seems like almost the exact same environment. I'm not saying they copied it or anything like that, but maybe they drew some inspiration from the GP. I don't know. Either way, it does feel very much like that environment, but it's still a very, very cool track in my opinion. Like any of the other tracks that we've seen so far, it has inside-outside options. It has the ability to triple, sometimes quad some sections, a lot of Supercross triples, a couple whoop sections, but this is, in my opinion, maybe the most like standard Supercross track of the three. There's not much of this super motocrossy feel to it. And another extension I should talk about with this is I don't think that this SX World Tour track pass is supposed to be like the World Supercross rounds or like the Super Motocross rounds of real life. I think this is just like a fun little additional add-on that they wanted to create custom environments in these regions to showcase them. I don't think it has anything to do with WSX or SMX. Just wanted to get that out there so people don't freak out and they go, oh, they created the WSX DLC, and it's like, no, that's not what it is. It just happens to be called the Supercross World Tour because they're going to different countries and showing off these cool little environments that they created. So calm down, people. It's okay. The Joker lane on this one, obviously, from what you can see right there, is quite a bit longer than the main way. Again, I would say that that's probably a 10 to 15 second split right there, but it's one of those things that we'll make a video and talk about it. And of course, at some point in time, I have to crash in every video. Why not? So inside here, and we'll go triple, I believe, right here. Where outside you go triple, double. So, just a couple split options there. Big Supercross triple right there. And coming down to complete the second lap here at Corso Scogliera. Now let's check out the final map of this 6-map DLC add-on, and this is Fuori Strada, or Fuori, I don't know, I'm probably mispronouncing it. But like I said, it seems like it's basically the exact same track that we just did, but in reverse. Some of the rhythm sections changed up, of course, as well to kind of fit it a little bit better. And I don't know that I have a preference for either one, but this map does have a really fun, like, high-speed to hard braking right-hand corner before the finish line jump. Which I feel is a fun challenge, and not many maps have it in this game, so I kind of like that. But again, just kind of built on the Italian hillside right here. You got the main line right here, not the Joker lane, and then you go to the left right here, and you kind of triple, and then pop off of these little rollers and stuff like that. And then I believe this is where the start line rejoins with the track right here, is through this little roller section right there. And then this is the section I'm talking about, where you come through this right-handed sweeper and then fly into this corner. You have to get hard on the brakes to still make that corner, and then go up and over the finish line jump. I think it's a fun little challenge to still attack that corner and get it clean. So definitely like that little challenge right there. But we'll do one more lap here to show off this Fuori Strada track. Go to the left right here, and I think I crashed on this lap, of course, because why not? Yeah, I'm going to try to triple in right here and just blow it and go down. But we'll show off the Joker lane on this run as well. And then the crowd laying into me hard, dude. They just booed me heavily after I crashed right there. I guess that's what happens if you crash in Italy. They'll boo you heavily. But yeah, this is the 6-track add-on to the Track Pass DLC, which is $24.99 or $19.99 right now on PlayStation through November 19th. Really, really cool that they're finally putting these tracks out. We're still excited to see which the pro compound is that they're doing, because they've talked a lot about that, and see what those are like. But now we have the 12 rounds of pro motocross. They added Fox Raceway 2 in the latest patch. So all 12 rounds of pro motocross, these 6 DLC tracks, and then the compound, which they say in the track pass that there are 22 tracks. So right now we are at 18 with this, these 6 tracks plus the 12 national tracks. Well, I guess 19 because Loretta Lynn's as well. So there should be 5 tracks on that pro compound, or 3 tracks, excuse me, on that pro compound to make the 22 tracks that are available as part of that track pass. So we'll see. But this is the SX World Tour tracks in MX's ATV Legends. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please be sure to get involved in the comment section below. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. So long for now.